Hello, dear students and test takers. Welcome back to my Grammar for Success channel. I'm Koresh Babu, a retired lecturer in English from Hyderabad. In today's video, I'm going to talk to you about the sequence of tenses. This particular grammatical aspect is very important for all your competitive examinations, right? And I therefore request all those candidates preparing for various competitive examinations to watch this video till the end without skipping it in the middle. I also request all of you to consider subscribing to my channel and also sharing it with your near and dear ones. Thank you so much. Now let's get into the video. The sequence of tenses. What is the sequence of tenses? It means, according to the Oxford Learner's Dictionary, the term the sequence of tenses refers to the rules. Okay, the sequence of tenses refers to the rules according to which the tense of a subordinate clause depends on the tense of the main clause, and this is done to bring about a coherent relationship within the sentence. So for that purpose, this sequence of tenses is very important. And one more thing is that the sequence of tenses refers only to the complex sentences. Complex sentences. Complex sentences means wherein you can find two clauses. Okay, main clause or principal clause, okay, or independent clause, whatever you can call it, and subordinate clause. These two things must be there in a complex sentence. So to bring about a coherent relationship between these two clauses in that particular sentence, we apply this sequence of tenses rules, okay, and that is what the sequence of tenses tells you. Okay, this is very important. From this topic you are going to get so many questions in your competitive examinations. If you can learn this topic thoroughly well, and you need not fear, and you can easily and successfully face the questions that are given in the competitive examinations. And please, this is a very small video. Please learn what the sequence of tenses means. Let us see that. Okay, there are two main rules about the sequence of tenses. Okay, two main rules are there. I have already told you that the sequence of tenses refers only to the complex sentences. Please keep this point in your mind. Okay, complex sentence. So there are two main rules about the sequence of tenses. What is the first rule? Let us see that. What is that? Past follows past. Past follows past means, I have already told you that in this complex sentence there will be a main clause or principal clause, okay, and another one is subordinate clause. Okay, keep this point in your mind. So this refers only to the complex sentences. In the complex sentence, you can find two parts: main clause part or principal clause part, and the subordinate clause. So here, this the tense of the subordinate clause depends largely on the tense of the main clause. Okay, here past follows past is there. That means if there is past tense in this main clause or principal clause, there must also be past tense in the subordinate clause. That is the rule. Past follows past means if there is past tense in the main clause, there must be past tense in the subordinate clause also. That is the rule. Okay, and here this is explained here. A past tense in the principal clause is followed by a past tense in the subordinate clause. I have already told you this. And how? Let us see that. What is that? She replied she had no money with her. So this is the main clause. Main clause is colored in blue, and the subordinate clause is colored in red. So she replied. This is the main clause, right? It is in the simple past. Okay, and she had no money. This is also in the simple past. Okay, let me say past tense. This is in the main clause is in the past tense, and subordinate clause also is in the past tense, right? And now you go to the next example. They found he was dishonest. This main clause is in the past tense, and the subordinate clause is also in the past tense. You can see all of them. Okay, and I'm not giving the Telugu meaning for any of these sentences, right? So in this example, he passed, past tense. Yes, he worked hard. This is the subordinate clause because it is beginning with because, that. These are all conjunctions. Subordinate clauses are formed with what? Subordinating conjunctions. Okay, so that is a subordinating conjunction. Because is also a subordinating conjunction. So therefore, these sentences, these clauses are called subordinate clauses. Okay, and these are called main clauses. And here you pay attention. He worked hard so that is a subordinating conjunction. So the clause that begins with that is called the subordinate clause. And therefore, in the subordinate clause, what is there? There is also in past tense, might get through. That he might get through, not may get through, but might get through. This is in the past tense, this is in the past tense. So this sentence is now balanced. Okay, we are achieving coherent relationship between these two clauses. That is what we are doing in these sentences. One more example I would like to give you here. I found out that he was guilty. So in the main clause part there is a past tense, and in the subordinate clause also there is a past tense. Okay, this is like that. Now in this way, past follows past. That means whenever there is past tense in the main clause, there must be a past tense again in the subordinate clause, and not the present tense or future tense. Okay, only the past tense, right? One more example is given. He saw that the clock had stopped. He saw that. This is in the past tense, and this is also in the past tense, relevant past tense, whatever it is. Okay, right. Now let's go to the next rule. Note, there are, however, two exceptions to this rule. To the very first rule, there are two exceptions. Okay, what are those exceptions? Let us see first of all the first exception. Okay, exception 1 is there. What is that? Present follows past. Okay, present follows past means if there is a main clause part or principal clause part, okay, and subordinate clause part. This is what we have been learning. So when though there is past tense in the main clause or the principal clause, there can be present tense again. When means when the sentence in the subordinate clause is a universal truth. Let me give you that. The past tense in the principal clause is followed by a present tense in the subordinate clause. When the subordinate clause expresses some universal truth, whenever there is some universal truth mentioned in the subordinate clause, that can be in the present tense, though there is past tense in the main clause. This is what we learn. This is very, very important from your examinations point of view, right? And here I'll give you some examples to make you understand. The Swamiji said, this is the main clause. The blue colored part of the sentence is the main clause part. Okay. The Swamiji said, this is the main clause. This is in the past tense. All men are mortal. This is a universal truth. All men are mortal. In the past, all men are mortal. Today, all men are mortal. And in the future also, all men are mortal. Right? And this is a universal statement. So here, main clause, there is simple past tense. But in the subordinate clause, beginning with that, there is a universal truth. That's why in this, there is a present tense. Okay. And here you pay attention. He taught us, this is the main clause, that honest is the best policy. This is the universal truth. Whether you believe in this or not, honest is the best policy. So this is the what? A subordinate clause. In the subordinate clause, you can find the present tense, right? And one more example. The Pope said, God is love. The Pope said, this is in the past tense, but the subordinate clause is in the present tense, right? And Newton discovered, this main clause is in the past tense, but the subordinate clause is in the present tense. Gravitation makes apples fall. Gravitation makes apples fall. This is simple present tense, right? And here Galileo maintained, this main clause is in the past tense, but the subordinate clause is that follows is, what is that? The earth moves around the sun. This is in the present tense, because these are all universal truths. All the green colored statements or clauses are universal truths. They must be always mentioned only in the present tense. There is a rule like that. Okay, you cannot mention them in the past tense. The earth moved around the sun. You cannot say the earth moves. It's a habitual action for this earth. Okay, Moving around the sun is the habitual action of the earth. So all the habitual actions must be indicated only in the present tense. If you can learn about the present tense, this video I uploaded several weeks ago. Please watch that video and you can find all these rules, right? Now let's go to the next example. Euclid proved that the three angles of a triangle are equal to two right angles. So this is a universal truth. Whether you believe in this or not, this is a universal truth, and therefore this universal truth that is in the subordinate clause is put in the present tense. Okay, so in this way, whenever, even though there is a past tense in the main clause, there can be present tense in the subordinate clause, provided that it is a universal truth. Okay, if it is a universal truth, it can be expressed only in the present tense. Okay, this point you understand this, please. This is the exception 1. Okay, now let's go to the second exception. Exception 2 is there, very interesting. Any tense in the subordinate clause. This is the exception 2. What is the rule? Let us see that. When the subordinate clause is introduced by the conjunction than, whenever this than is a subordinating conjunction, whenever the subordinate clause is introduced by the subordinating conjunction than, even if there is past tense in the main clause or principal clause, it may be followed by any tense in the subordinate clause. Even though there is past tense in the main clause, there can be any tense. Any tense means present tense or past tense or future tense. Any tense can be in the subordinate clause. So here I'll give you some diagram. This is the main clause or principal clause. Okay, and this is the subordinate clause, right? Even though there is past tense, there can be any tense, present or past or future. There can be any one in the subordinate clause. How? Let me give you some examples to make you understand this. I admired him more than she admired him. So I admired, it is in the past tense. Okay, it is in the past tense. And after than, what is that? Again, past tense is also mentioned. Past tense and past tense, no problem. Let us see that here. He helped us more than he helps his own children. He helped us. This is in the past tense, okay? And but here it is in the present. He helps his own children. This is in the present. Are you following me? After than, there is present tense, right? And here you see, he liked you better than he has liked you. Of course, he liked is past tense, and here it is present tense. Present perfect tense is used. So he has liked me. That is present perfect or present tense, whatever you can say. And then comes, what is that? He loved me. Okay, this, you know, always there is past tense in the principal clause. Okay, okay. But here after than only, there can be any tense. Any tense means can be present tense or past tense or future tense. So here past tense is used. Here present tense is used in these three examples. You know, she loved me more than she loves her brother. She loves. Present tense, present tense, present tense, past tense. Okay. And I then saw him. Main clause, oftener than I see him now. So this is in the past tense. This is in the present tense again. One more example. Last example I am giving you here. He valued his friendship more than he values mine. So after than, again here present tense. Okay. So now in the main clause there is past tense, and in the subordinate clause there can be present tense or past tense or future tense only whenever these subordinate clauses occur after these this subordinating conjunction than. Remember, only in this case only there can be any tense after than only. Than is a subordinating conjunction, remember that. And now let's go to learn the other things. Rule 2 is there. Okay, the first rule is over. Any tense after present or future tense. Any tense can be used after present tense or future tense. That means in the main clause or principal clause, this is the subordinate clause. This diagram will help you. Whenever there is a present, okay, or future, there can be any tense. Any tense. This is what you understand. Here you put present tense or future tense in the principal clause, followed by any tense, present, past, or future required by the tense. So in the main clause or principal clause, present tense, when there is present tense or future tense, in the subordinate clause, any tense can be there. There can be present tense or past tense or future tense. Okay. Here I'll give you some examples to make you understand this rule. He thinks, this is present tense, that she works hard. This is again present tense. Present tense. Okay. present tense. Okay, and here he thinks, again present tense. She worked hard, past tense is there. And here he thinks that she will work hard. This is future tense. This is present. So now when there is present tense in the main clause, there can be present tense or past tense or future tense. This is the second rule. And here with future tense also, he will think that she is present. So will think is future. Okay, future. This is present. Okay, and here he will think she was present, future and past. Okay, future past. And here he will think she will be present. This is future and future. So in this way, when there is in the main clause present or future, in the subordinate clause there can be any tense according to the you can say context. This is what the second rule says. Okay, now let's go to the next rule. Rule 3 is there. Using the modal verbs may or might when the conjunction that or so that or in order that is used. So this is the rule 3. Please keep this rule briefly in your mind. Okay, whenever there is a subordinate clause beginning with that, so that, in order that, expressing purpose, this is very important, expressing purpose. Okay, please, that is used with other things also. That's why that's why I'm mentioning this one, that when expresses purpose, so that expresses purpose, in order that expresses purpose. Whenever the clause that begins with all of them is a subordinate clause, there must be may or might. How? Let us see that here. Okay, when the verb in the principal clause is present or future, there must be used in the subordinate clause introduced by that, so that, in order that, which express purpose. Yes, only may present tense model must be used. Okay, whenever there is a present tense or future tense in the main clause, and when there is the subordinate clause beginning with that is, so that, in order that, expressing purpose, we must use only may, the modal auxiliary, the modal verb. Okay, right, please keep this point in your mind. And we eat, this is present tense, right? That is indicating purpose. We eat. What is the purpose of our eating? We may live. This is the purpose. Okay, that is indicating purpose. That indicates so many things. That's why I have specially mentioned this word here, purpose. When that indicates the purpose, in that purpose indicating subordinate clause, we must use only may whenever there is present tense in the main clause. When there is present tense in the main clause, in the subordinate clause beginning with that indicating purpose, we must use only may, the present tense model, right? And similarly, all examples are like this. I shall nurse, this is future. Okay, and so that is a purpose indicating conjunction. So here may is there. Okay, right. That he works hard, so that, again, so that is there. It's a purpose indicating conjunction. He may pass in the distinction. If he works hard, so that he may pass in the distinction. That is the purpose of his hard work. Okay, they play carefully in order that they may win. So in order that also indicates purpose. So after this we must use only may. After this may. So here it is in the present tense. It is in the present tense. Okay, and last example here is he starves. This is in the present tense. In order that, okay, purpose indicating conjunction. Her children may be fed. So in this way, whenever there is a present tense or future tense in the main clause, okay, in the subordinate clause beginning with that, so that, in order that, expressing purpose, there must be used only the present tense model may. May is the present tense model. The past tense model is might. Okay, that's why I am stressing that, right? Note is there under this particular rule. If the verb in the principal clause is in the past tense, okay, what is that? The verb in the subordinate clause must be might, the past tense model. That means here I'll give you a diagram. Main clause or principal clause. Okay, this is there, and subordinate clause, this is there, right? And whenever there is past tense, okay, after this, that, so that, okay, and in order that, right? Okay, the subordinate clause beginning with that, so that, in order that, what must be there? There must be might, the past tense model. If there is present tense or future after them, there in the subordinate clause, there must be may. Okay, but whenever there is past tense here in the main clause, in the subordinate clause, there must be might, the past tense model. So that thing you are going to learn here, right? And here you pay attention. We ate, past tense. Okay, past tense. That we might, after this, this is, purpose indicating, you can say conjunction. Okay, that we might, this is, we might live. We ate that we might live. I nursed him so that he might, after this, so that. Past tense, past tense. He worked hard so that he might pass. Past tense, past tense. And here, they played carefully in order that they might win. So here, past tense is there, and after in order that might is used, past tense is there. Last example, she starved in order that her children might be fed. So this is in the past tense, this is in the past tense. So in this way, when there is past tense in the main clause, okay, after these purpose indicating conjunctions, there must be used only the past tense model might. Please keep this point in your mind, and from your examination point of view, this is going to be very, very important, right? Please write. Rule 4 is there. What is the rule 4? After the conjunction lest means so that not. It is also a purpose indicating conjunction. You should use only should. Okay, right. All right, let us see that here. I'll give you a diagram also here. Main clause or principal clause and subordinate clause is there, and here what is that? Whatever may be the tense here, whatever may be the present tense or past tense or future tense, whatever may be the tense in the main clause, in the subordinate clause, after this list we should use only should. This is important. We should use only should. Please keep that in mind. She works hard. She was presented. After lest, she should fail. She works hard lest she should fail. Aame fail kaakunda undagalanduలకు she works hard. Aame kashtapadi chaduvutadi, pani cheste, something. That, in other words, she may not fail. The meaning of this is, or that she may not fail. But don't use this may not after lest she may not fail. Don't say. Only with that only you can use this, but with this lest you should use only should. Okay, please keep that point. The meaning of this lest she should fail is given here, only that much. She will work hard, future. This is present tense, this is future tense, and she will work hard. Lest, after lest again should only. The meaning of that is that she may not fail. Same meaning. The whatever may be the she worked hard, present tense or future tense or past tense, whatever may be in the main clause, after lest there must be only the modal auxiliary should. Right. Please keep this very important aspect from your competitive examinations point of view. In the Staff Selection Commission examinations, in the banking examination, the GMAT examination, in almost all the competitive examinations, you will come across such things. They will say she will work hard lest she may not fail. Something is given. This is given there. Then you must think after lest there must be used only should. Okay, the modal auxiliary. That you have to understand, right? Rule 5 is there. Present tense follows future. After future, there must be present tense. Okay, how? What is that? Main clause or principal clause? Okay, subordinate clause. When there is future here, there can be present tense here. When, I'll give you the things. Future tense. Whenever there is, when, in the subordinate clause beginning with when, as soon as, till. Please, very important rule. Till, until, as, okay, before, after, if, unless. Please look at all these conjunctions, subordinating conjunctions. Okay. After them, you must use only the present tense and nothing else. Very, 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 very important. Okay, very, very important rule this is. So, whenever there is future tense in the main clause, future tense or present tense, you can also say future or present in the main clause, there must be in the subordinate clause beginning with when, as soon as, till, until, as, before, after, if, unless. After all these subordinate clauses, you must use only the present tense and nothing else. But in the examination, they will give you simple future. or future tense they will give you. Okay, please keep this point in your mind. It's going to be very, 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 very important. I'll give you here. What is that? Some example. Oh, the rule is given. When the verb in the principal clause in the simple future, there must be only the simple present tense in the subordinate clause, beginning with the subordinating. These are all subordinating conjunctions. What are they? When, as soon as, after, immediately after, once. All these things are given. I have given other conjunctions also. Please keep these conjunctions in your mind. Extra conjunctions immediately after, or immediately after, once. Okay, whatever you can say. So these are very, very important. Once again, I read out these conjunctions for you. When, as soon as, till, until, as, before, after, if, unless. These are the time conjunctions. These are the condition indicating conjunction, if and unless, right? And with these things, whenever the subordinate clause begins, so you must use only the present tense. Then in the main clause there must be either future tense or present tense. This point you have to understand. I'll give you some examples to make you understand this. I shall inform you. Okay, this is the main clause. Main clause simple future is given. After this, when, the time indicating conjunction, he returns. Okay, present tense is when he returns home. I shall inform you when he returns home. Atadu intiki vachinappudu nenu neeku inform chestanu. Something like that in Telugu. You can take. I'm not going to give you the Telugu meaning for each and every sentence. You can easily understand. Only the rule you have to understand here. After I finish my homework, this is the subordinate clause beginning with after, and in the main clause there is future tense is there. Main clause there is future, here future, here present, here present. The subordinate clause can be given this side or that side. It doesn't make any big difference. Wherever it is, in the subordinate clause beginning with these conjunctions, there must be only present tense. Whenever there is a simple future or simple present tense in the main clause part. Okay, yes, here she watches the TV, main clause part. Immediately after she goes home. Okay, immediately after or after she goes home, whatever it is. This is the time indicating conjunction. Okay, unless you work hard, this is a condition indicating conjunction. Unless you work hard now, you will surely fail. This is the main clause. This is the subordinate clause. Subordinate clause is in the present tense, right? And the last example here is given. As soon as she reaches Mumbai, as soon as is what? A time indicating conjunction, right? She reaches Mumbai, she will ring her husband. This is in the main clause is in the present. So in this way, whenever there is present tense or future tense in the main clause part, there must be used only the present tense form in the subordinate clause beginning with when, as soon as, till, until, as, before, after, if, unless. Please keep these conjunctions in your mind. Very, very, very important from all your competitive examinations point of view. Please keep this rule, right? Now let's go to the next rule. Rule 6. This is the last rule of this sequence of tenses, and use of past tense in subordinate clauses. Okay, how? Let us see that. When the phrase is like as if, as though, so with these two conjunctions, we use only past tense. Okay, past tense only. If you have to use, be form, you must use only were. Okay, you must use whatever may be the person. I were. Actually, I takes the helping verb in the past tense was, but you say I were. But he, she takes was, but you say were. So with as if and as though, you use only the be form were. Okay, whatever may be the person. And after them, if there is a normal sentence, that must be in the simple in the past tense only, relevant past tense or meaningful past tense, whatever it is. And it is time. After this, only simple past must be used. It is high time also. You can own simple past tense. What if? Wish that. After wish that. What if? You must use only the past tense with all of them. Please keep this point in your mind. Okay, with the as if, okay, as though, right, as though, it is time, okay, it is time, what if, right, what if, wish that, okay, wish that, etc. With all of them, you must use only the past tense. This is a very, very, very important rule. Again, very important rule from all your competitive examinations point of view. Therefore, I request all of you means who are preparing for various competitive examinations to watch this video again and again. It's a valuable video, very, very important video, very useful, very helpful video. Please watch this, right? And now I'll give you some examples. I wish, after wish you use only that. I wish that, okay? Here for your convenience, I have mentioned wish that. I wish that I knew you earlier. So here past tense is used here. This is present tense, okay, present tense. With them, remember, with wish that you use only past tense. I knew is past tense, right? And here she acted. This is the main clause, okay? With as if, you see, she were. Actually, with she we use only was in the past tense, but since it is as if, it's a what is that, subjunctive mood. This sentence is in the subjunctive mood. The subject. I am going to teach you about the moods also in the English language. Some what is that, indicative mood, imperative mood, and subjunctive mood. Very shortly I am going to upload that video, and you please watch that video and try to understand the meaning of that, because in the everyday life we speak in these three moods: indicative mood, imperative mood, and subjunctive. Subjunctive mood means she, as if she were the boss of the company. Actually, she is not the boss of the company, but she was behaving as though she were the boss. ఆమె బాస్ కాదు, కానీ అయిన దాని వలె. That's subjunctive mode. She was imagining, she was supposing that she was the boss of the company. So that's why she were, you don't say she was. So with as if and as though, we use only the be form were. Please keep this point in your mind. And if you want to use a normal sentence, then you use only the past tense. So she acted as if she were the boss of the company, right? And here one more, he talked as though is given. Now here normal sentence is given, so it is in the past tense. He talked as though he had drunk heavily. బాగా తాగిన వాడి వలె అతడు మాట్లాడాడు, సంథింగ్ లైక్ అలా వలె. యాజ్ ఇఫ్ మీన్స్ వలె, యాజ్ దో మీన్స్ వలె, ఆ విధంగా, right? And here it is high time you consulted doctor. It is high time you consulted a doctor. అంటే నువ్వు ఈ పాటికి ఒక డాక్టర్ను కన్సల్ట్ చేయాలి. టైం ఎప్పుడో అయిపోయింది, చేయాల్సిన టైం అయిపోయింది, ఇప్పటికే లేట్ అయింది. ఇట్ ఈస్ హై టైమ్ యూ కన్సల్ట్, అంటే నీవు ఇప్పుడు డాక్టర్ను కన్సల్ట్ చేయాల్సిన టైం వచ్చింది, కన్సల్ట్ చేయాలి. దట్ ఈస్ ద మీనింగ్ ఆఫ్ దాట్. అండ్ ఇట్ ఈస్ హై టైమ్. అండ్ హియర్ ఆఫ్టర్ ఇట్ ఈస్ టైమ్ యూ మస్ట్ యూజ్ ఓన్లీ ద సింపుల్ పాస్ట్, రైట్? వాట్ ఇఫ్ యూ హ్యాడ్ బీన్ గివెన్ అనదర్ ఛాన్స్? వాట్ ఇఫ్ యూ హ్యాడ్ బీన్ గివెన్ అనదర్ ఛాన్స్? ఒకవేళ ఇంకో ఛాన్స్ ఇచ్చినట్టయితే ఏమవుతుంది? సంథింగ్ లైక్ దట్. వాట్ ఇఫ్, రైట్? అండ్ హియర్ ఇట్ ఈస్ టైమ్, ఇట్ ఈస్ హై టైమ్, ఇట్ ఈస్ టైమ్. వాట్ ఇఫ్ he realized how the habit of smoking was affecting him. So here whether it is high time or it is time, okay, the simple past tense is used, and that is there, okay? With all of them we use only past tense. Please keep these points in your mind, right? With this, all the 6 rules under this sequence of tenses are over. And now let us check whether we have understood this grammatical aspect or not. So for that, let us do some exercise, right? Check your understanding of the sequence of tenses, okay? Just 5 minutes, I have given very small sentence. He worked hard that he dash pass, may or might. Please, because he worked hard, this is the main clause. This is in the past tense. After that, it is a purpose indicating one. So what you should, since it is in the past tense, there must be again some past tense. May is present tense, might is past tense. What should be used in this? You should use only the past tense one. Past tense. Now, coherent relationship is there between these two clauses. That's why this sentence is absolutely correct, right? So he worked hard that he might pass. This is the right one, right? Similarly, I'll go. He taught us that the earth dash around the sun. So here, this main clause is in the past tense. Even then, the sentence mentioned in the subordinate clause is a universal truth, and universal truths must always be expressed in the present tense. That's why moose is the right one, mood is not the right one. Okay, right, like. And then comes, he saw that the boy dash stolen the book. He saw. This is the main clause is in the simple past tense. The subordinate clause beginning with that is not indicating a purpose. It is an ordinary conjunction, okay? So with this, what should we use? The boy has stolen or had stolen? Because the main clause is in the past tense, we should not use has, we should use only had. The boy had stolen the book. That is how you have to answer that. 5th one, he proved that, he proved that, okay? This is the subordinate clause, this is the main clause. Main clause is in the past tense, okay? And subordinate clause, there is indicated some universal truth. The earth dash round. Is round or was round? What do you say? You have to say is round, not was round. That's why the earth is round. It's a universal truth, right? And 5th one, he labors that he dash become rich. So here he labors. Okay, this is a subordinate clause, this is a main clause, like that. This main clause is in the present tense, and what should be in the subordinate clause? Moreover, it is beginning with that is indicating a purpose, and that's why what should we do? Okay, may or may not. Since the main clause is in the present tense, we must use only may, not might. Okay, and then comes, we hoped that she dash pass, will or would. We hoped. Okay, this is the subordinate clause, this is the main clause. Main clause is in the past tense. Okay, after this, that is a normal subordinating conjunction. Therefore, you see that she will pass or she would pass. She would, because yes, the main clause is in the past tense, right? That's why this is there. And here comes, he loves you better than he dash me. So here, after than, this is the main clause in the simple present tense. Okay, this is in the present tense. After than, there can be any tense. Okay, yes, there can be any tense. Then he loves you better than he loves me. That the more he earned, the more he dash spent. The more he earned. Okay, this is in the past tense. There must be the more he spent, not spent. They did not know, past tense. Did not means past. Why the principal debars them or debarred them? Debarred is the right one, because the main clause is in the past tense, and therefore this after y also, this conjunction also, we should use only debarred. Okay, past tense, right? And last one here, the boss dash allow us to go home immediately after we finish all the work. The boss will allow or would allow. What is that? So to decide this, you just see immediately after is there. After this, there is simple present. Whenever there is simple present in the subordinate clause, in the main clause, there must be a sentence in the future. She will allow. Will is the right one. The boss will allow us to go home. So in this way, you please check your answers with the rules you have learnt in this video. 11th one is there. I shall forgive you if you dash. So after if, it's a conditional conjunction. After if, there must be simple present whenever there is simple future. So tell or told. Tell must be used, not told. Right. And the 12th one, you will think that I dash lazy. You will think, it is the simple future. Simple future can go with the simple present, and it can go with any kind of tense. Simple future can go with present tense, past tense, future tense, with any tense. But past tense will go only with the past tense. That is very rigid, and it is very strict in that rule. Okay, you will think that I am lazy. I was not. The teacher said that slow and steady dash. The teacher said, again it's a subordinate clause, this is the main clause, and here this is a universal truth, and that's why it should be put in the present tense. Okay, what is the present tense? Wins or won? Wins is the present tense, one is the past tense. That's why that must be there. And 14th one, he was so tired that he was so tired. This main clause is in the past tense. Automatically in the subordinate clause, there must be used only past tense, not can. Can is the present tense model, and could is the past tense model. So this past tense, he could scarcely stand, must be used. And here 15th one, he fought that he dash win. So again here that is there, it is indicating purpose. Okay, this is in the past tense, and this must be also in the past tense. Therefore you have to use past tense model, might. And here the teacher says that Sita dash pass. The teacher says, the main clause, that this is the main subordinate clause, this is the main clause. The teacher says, main clause is in the present tense, and the subordinate clause must also be in the present tense. Okay, present tense follows future tense. And the teacher says that Sita will pass. Present tense and future tense will go together. Okay. She said that God dash love. Past tense is there here, and here God is love. It is the universal treatment. Right. And the 18th one, I wish you dash here with me today. I wish, after wish, what should we use? And only were you have to use. Past tense only. Are is present tense, were is past tense. So you have to use only were. I wish you were here with me today. Maybe roju na dagara undi unte baagundedi. I wish that. Unte baagund anpistundi. You are not there, but if you were there, that is the meaning. I wish you were here with me today. And the 19th one is that it is high time. After high time, you should use only the past tense. Start is present tense and started is past tense. Started must be used there. And the last one here is, his friends acted as if. After as if, I have already told you that you should use only the past tense. Okay, they dash everything about the accident. Then no or new must be used, not no. So in this way, this is a beautiful exercise. Please do this. You watch this again and again. Exercise 2 is there. Correct the following sentences. So here I have given you some sentences. You have to correct them. Okay, I wish I am not going to do all the sentences for you, please do them, because if I feed you with all answers that doesn't look nice, you must also act on these rules, because you learn the rules and solve this exercise. That's what you should do. I don't like to spoon feed you. That's why I explain some of them, and some of them I leave for your this thing. Okay. I wish that I have wings. Wish that is there. After wish that, what should we use? Only past tense. That's why I say I wish that I had wings. That must be there. Therefore, in this way, you have to correct the sentence. One more example. The doctor said, it is in the past tense. Automatically, the succeeding sentence must also be in the past tense. The doctor said that she will soon. No, it's the wrong one. You have to say she would soon. Will is not the right one. Would should be used. So like that, I warned her lest she may make a mistake. I warned, simple past tense. Lest is there. After lest, you must use only should, not may. So you must drop that and you must use only may. So in this way, second one, third, fourth one, he said that the sun rose in the east. Okay, you can do that. Here we return home as soon as it begins. Okay, and it is high time they start for the airport. And here the sixth one is there. It is high time. After high time, we must use only what? The past tense form. It is high time they started for the airport. ఈ పాటికి వాళ్ళు ఎయిర్పోర్ట్ బయలుదేరాల్సి ఉంది. ఇంకా బయలుదేరలేదు, ఈ పాటికి బయలుదేరాలి. It is high time they started for the airport. That's why this should be in the past tense. Okay, and she acted. Okay, I shall. Okay. The sage said that soul was in 10th one. You see that I'm solving this. The sage said past tense. The soul was immortal. The soul was immortal. This is wrong. This is a universal truth, but it was put in the past tense. That's why this is wrong. You have to say the soul is. He said that soul is immortal, not soul was immortal. Right. Hello, dear students and test takers. I hope you have understood this grammatical aspect thoroughly well. If you have any problem, please mention it in the comment section. Please make use of the comment section. You are not commenting on the on my way of teaching and on the problems you are facing in understanding the videos. Please, if you tell me, then only I'll know. Otherwise, I can't know anything. Please make use of the comment section and please express your opinions freely. I'm ready to, you can say, follow them. If at all I am to correct myself, I will definitely correct myself. I don't, you can say, hesitate to correct myself if I go wrong anywhere, because I am after all a human being, right? Okay, and thank you so much for watching this video. And if at all you like this video, please consider subscribing to my channel and sharing it with your very good friends, near and dear ones, and with another beautiful video that is going to be very, very helpful for all your competitive examinations. I'll be back to you. Until then, see you all. Right.